While Google's Chromebooks are a cheap and decent option for running web applications, the tech giant is coming under fire as a new report claims Google sets these devices up to fail prematurely. We'll cover why this poses a huge problem for both educators and businesses alike as we sit down and sync up with Rocket IT's weekly technology update. Hello everyone, I'm Chris Swinson, Technology Insider here at Rocket IT, and welcome to Sync Up, your new home for trending technology news. A new report from the US Public Interest Research Group suggests that Google is ending support for Chromebooks purchased at the initial stages of the pandemic. Keep in mind, Google Chromebook sales spiked during this time period, primarily due to schools and businesses purchasing these devices from remote students and employees. Fast forward about 3 years, and many of those devices purchased during that time frame have begun to fail, generating quite a lot of environmental waste and costs. In the report, PIRG provides 3 reasons why those Chromebooks are now becoming unusable, including the inability to purchase replacement parts, the end of software support, and the overall design of Chromebooks that make them difficult to fix. Now, keep in mind that the term Chromebook applies to any notebook running Google's Chrome OS. While these devices can be made by Google, they're often manufactured by companies like Acer, HP, and Asus. And while some of these companies claim to offer replacement parts or repair programs, they're commonly limited to just individuals and not entire organizations. Obviously, for schools and businesses that send Chromebooks out to students or employees on a large scale, this presents a huge problem. Rather than having some way to upgrade the devices to meet modern software demands, these organizations are essentially forced to recycle technology that's not really that old. Okay, so while that covers the hardware limitations of Chromebooks, it doesn't address the problem with Google ending software support for many of these devices. In PIRG's report, it claims that Chromebooks are assigned a death date, or a time in which the device will inevitably stop receiving updates for Chrome OS. As a result, the individual using the device after the death date will be vulnerable to security risk and will be unable to experience features that come with future updates. Now, there comes a time when every operating system eventually reaches its end of life. For example, Microsoft stopped supporting Windows 8 in January of 2023. But what's important to note here is that Microsoft allows you to upgrade your operating system so long as your hardware can run it. With Chromebooks, it's nearly impossible to switch to a newer operating system. And while Google has the power to change this with future iterations of Chromebooks, it hasn't made any moves since the original Chromebook released in 2011. All of this to say, while the low cost of Chromebooks make them a tempting purchase, know that a device purchased today could be completely obsolete within the next 5 years. Instead, laptops running Windows or Mac OS not only offer more longevity, but better power as well. For help selecting, optimizing, and deploying laptops to fit your organization's needs, contact Rocket IT using the link in this video's description. And to stay up to date on trending technology news, hit that subscribe button and the bell to catch us on next week's episode of Sync Up with Rocket IT.